So. Thank you for coming.
Hello.
Do you feel ready and prepared?
As usual.
So you sent me a text earlier. Go on, saying what you've got a client. He's lost absolutely tons of weight. How much?
25, 20. No, sorry, he has to be really precise. 26 kilo.
26 kilo. Okay, good. Can I borrow your mobile phone?
Yeah, sure.
You have a calculator.
Let's
work out the effect of what this guy's done.
Sure.
Hit me with that calculator.
There we go.
That is amazing. How long have you been working with this guy?
Now it's gonna be seven months, I think.
That's not very long. That is really good. Do you know how many calories this guy's gotten rid of?
He's smashed.
Do you know how many he's smashed? He's smashed.
Yeah.
200,200.
That's a huge.
He's nearly 250,000 calories down. That's how many calories he's gotten rid of. But
yes, but he got to the point. Yeah, but
you said he's got more weight to lose. Okay. And what's been happening? Go on,
I mean, he's get to the point when basically most of people are coming, right? So he cannot lose weight more, or at least he's in a point that like he's trying his best. He thinks he's doing the same things that he's done before.
Yes.
But he not having the results yet.
Okay.
So we have to establish and you have to find out what's going on there. We have to go in depth.
And that's what we're here to talk about.
Yes,
isn't
sir.
it? And I like the language that you used because you said he thinks he's doing the same as he was before, but if he was doing the same as he was before, he would be getting the same result as before.
Probably. I mean, the thing is, like you told me that long time ago that you know our body and our brain is really tricky one in it.
Oh yes.
And he like to, I don't know, disturb our plans.
It
let's
fights
say.
against you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disturb. So basically, everyone knows that once you go further within the diet and you know you're dieting more and more, you just simply get exhausted and you don't even. I think that's what I found as well too. That what's happening is basically you don't realize that you don't do as much and you just choose lighter version and you don't go too much. Like I remember like when I used to go for the shop, like I don't know, twice a week, let's say, I change it for like once a week or once every 2 weeks, just buy bulk, buy big things, and things like that might make a huge difference later on. So
well, I don't even know why I'm here. You've just summarized the entire thing perfectly and correctly.
Well, I would like to ask you about your opinion. Like, what do you think about it? Like,
exactly the same as you. That was perfect. You're exactly right. Your brain fights against you. Your body fights against you, doesn't it, on the diet? It's difficult mentally and physically on the diet. On the 6 Steps to Slim program, which you are a sporting coach of. Thank you so much, sir. Ding. We need to edit the video there so that like a little shine comes out.
Yeah.
Of your tooth. Ding. I'll edit that on afterwards. And we're back into the conversation.
Yes.
So, on my 6 Steps to Slim program, I teach that what you're describing is called diet fatigue. Diet fatigue, yeah. So, and that's just it's not a real thing. It's like it's not, we can't exactly measure it, but it's just an umbrella term that just means dieting's difficult.
Yeah.
And it's difficult mentally and physically, isn't it? Like you said, the brain fights against you and the body fights against you. So this guy's been doing extraordinarily well, but the longer that you continue the dieting process for, the harder it gets, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And there's only really 2 variables or 2 changes, and you quite rightly hit both of them instantaneously. How much you weigh, how much your weight comes down. It's about calorie and energy management, basically, isn't it? And then there's 2 parts to this. There's the calories that come in, and then there's the calories that you burn. So it's calories in and calories out. Yeah, that's the game, isn't it? So these are his 2 variables. Calories in comes from food. So we've got diet management and calorie intake management for this gentleman. That's what he has been doing and needs to continue to do. And then on the other side of this, you've got how many calories this guy is burning, through his step count, through his exercise, like you said, walking to the shop.
Oh, by the way, he's mental in terms of like weights and training. He trained like 4 times a week at least.
Okay.
Like I think in January he was like 23 times, so it's like ridiculous number like this now.
What, 23 days out of the month?
In a month or something like this month. I mean, no, last
is
month.
Is that more than you? Because that's more than me.
Yeah. Last month was last month I think that was 17 times in February, which is like as well a bit smaller month. So that's a good. So there is something that is not the same. But first of all, you have to look at it as well, like because you're some lost 30 kilo, right? Or 26 to be precise. You're just a smaller version of yourself. Smaller person needs smaller calories. And that's maybe a huge impact too, because you're like 20% lighter than you are.
So that falls into the calorie burn
Yeah.
category, doesn't it? Of how many calories he actually needs. You're exactly right.
Actually both, right? Because your body requirement is less, so you can consume less calories to stay in shape, right? But at the same time, you burn less as well.
Correct.
Like you
yeah.
said.
Yeah. Lighter people burn less fuel. It's like
So you might do the same job, but you like 20% of even more or less calories to burn.
Yeah, maybe not 20%, but a portion less. I
Yeah.
understand. Yeah, of course. It's like calories in your body works like petrol in a car. Smaller cars use less fuel. Even us just sat here, if I weigh more than you, then I burn more calories than you just sat here and just being alive.
Yeah.
If we both walk the same distance and I weigh more than you, then I burn more calories on the distance. So yeah, you're right. By him exercising and losing weight and effectively doing the job that he's set out to do, he's actually in some ways making it more, it gets a little bit more difficult the slimmer you get. That's basically the crux of it, isn't it? To go back to what we were saying earlier then, and to go back to the two main points, it's calories in versus calories out, isn't it? So these are his only two main variables. And you said quite rightly as well, that on the calories out one, sometimes people think they're doing the same. I suppose I'm with the food as well. People think they're doing the same, but they change it, don't they?
Subconsciously, it's not their decision. It's not. Like even if you put like spread on your bread, like if you start diet, you like slightly, when you like
slightly
long it.
Yep.
Nobody see.
Yeah. So we'll talk about the food one first then. So
Yeah.
what happens with this in science, it's called portion distortion. And you're exactly right. People don't know that they're doing it. This is a real fucker for people on Slimming World and on Weight Watchers now that they've got 0 calorie foods.
Oh, come on.
The
Give me the sins and free food. No.
Let's not go into it. The longer that you diet for, you get hungrier and hungrier. This can be measured in your bloodstream. There's a hormone called ghrelin. It makes you hungry. The more days you have a calorie deficit in a row, and the longer you've been creating the calorie deficit for, and the greater calorie deficit you create per day, and all of this type of stuff, this hunger hormone will rise and rise and rise in your system, and you'll be hungrier
all
than
the
you were.
time.
Yeah, all the time. You'll be hungry eventually till you get those feelings, don't you, where you can just eat and eat and eat, and the hunger never goes away on the diet. That means somebody's pushed it too hard and too far, and they should have been taking maintenance days and maintenance breaks before this.
I like when you say maybe you can explain a bit more how you do it with your people, because now you start to not promote, but just make it people do it, like help them to do the breaks more often. Tell me maybe what in your opinion is important, and how long do you recommend it for, and how would you do it if you would you?
I will do, because that's what we're going to have to talk about how this guy's actually going to fix it, isn't it? That's going to be the tactic and tool to get it done. With the food intake though, just to stay on that for one more second, like you said, it's portion distortion, so hunger's going up. There's also another hormone in your body called leptin. This one makes you feel full. So it's not even the same thing. There's one called ghrelin, there's one called leptin. One of them makes you hungry, the other one's full. The hunger one's rising, the fullness one's falling. So you're hungrier in day to day, and the same amount of food that filled you up before doesn't anymore. So then, like you said, people's portions literally change, and they look at it, they think it's the same portion, but it's not. No, it's just a tiny little change here or there, and it's not enough for them to start gaining weight, but it is enough for them to stop the weight loss. So that's one of the factors. People's portions increase without them realizing, or what also increases is the level of it'll be fines and I'll fix it later. And when people go out and they go out for some food and they're like, it's fine, I'll just eat better later. But then they go out, they eat well one day, and then they go out the next day and they're like, it's fine though.
And that'd be as well an issue, like especially when Sam is somebody I call social butterfly.
Sam, is that his name?
Social butterfly. Like he has so many friends, and he has so many events. He's been asking, like birthday and like going out a lot, social things basically. So he's trying his best to resist, but if he has friends who like have a birthday or weddings or anything like this, he can't really stop doing it. But then when you're on those events, it might be a situation that that you don't realize, and you just eat a bit more, and that's build up, and like calories add to each other. If you go out 4 times a month or 5 times a month, 6 times a month, it all adds up, and you might not see like I'm not doing anything different, but there you've done, and you not really fully realize what if you drink alcohol and don't even know?
That's exactly. Yeah, you forget.
See what I mean? Like,
because it was going
how was your night? I have no idea.
That's what I'm saying. It'll be fines, and I'll fix it later. They increase a little bit. People get a bit lax on it because it's going well.
Yeah, it's normal, but what we try to find is like what's happening. There's definitely something that
Something's changed.
Something's changed. Now, question is what, and we have to aim and hit everything to.
People get
find
upset,
out.
don't they? And people get unhappy.
Yeah.
They're like, the results are not going down. I'm really trying, and he is trying.
Yeah, he's trying. He's doing great.
100% definite, but it's not to get upset. It's to become curious.
Yeah,
it's
as
to
you
be
said,
interested.
Like, what's your motto? Is win or learn. That's what I love about this group. Your
Yeah, win or learn. Yeah, not win or lose. Yeah. Win or learn. If it's not going well, we need to learn something from
what's
it.
happening.
Something's changed. We need to be detectives. It's your job to help him, isn't it? That's why we're here now. We're being detectives on the situation. We're discussing the variables it could be, and then it's his job to listen to this and work with you, isn't it? And then go back and forth and figure out which ones it actually is, and then go back to it. I've had people in the past, they've stopped losing weight and they've no idea why. They swear they are eating the same to me. They swear.
Yeah.
They swear they're still doing the food diary. They're still weighing things. I cannot identify any differences in their food either. They're saying, I don't know what it is. I'm saying,
it has to be something.
I'm saying, I don't know what it is. And then they're looking at me like, well, what the fuck, what we're going to do? And I say, it makes no difference. If you don't know that what's changed in the food and I don't know, that doesn't matter. It's not a law of the universe that we have to understand what's changed. It's still changed. So
what we need to do is to
change it back.
Yeah,
change it back. Yeah. So I said to this lady, I want you to go back into your food diary to about 1 month after you started the program. Not at the start. It's a bit sketchy with people's foods, but go back to your 1 month fat loss diary after we started, when you were losing 2 or 3 pounds per week, and I just want you to go eat that. 2 days later, £2 down. I'm like, see, even to this day, she doesn't know. She thinks it's funny now, this story, and she doesn't mind me using it.
Good.
Even to this day, she doesn't know what changed. It doesn't matter. Something did.
Mm-hmm.
So what we have to do to fix that food section of it is go back to very strict food and calorie control.
Yeah, again, especially that I think what might be
annoyingly strict.
Yeah.
Painstakingly strict.
Again, everything measured.
Militant level strict.
I mean, the good thing about Sammy is he's a great cook and he really knows how to cook. Like the ingredients he used, that was good. The ingredients he used are remarkable. Like they're not like ordinary.
So he's a healthy
product.
guy.
Yeah. I mean, he cook everything from scratch.
Okay, fantastic.
And he's really know what he's doing. So he can use it as leverage that he have to measure everything again. But as I said, in my opinion,
what do you mean you can use it as leverage? What does that mean?
So because he cook everything from scratch, he exactly know how much things he adds.
You're saying that's a good
it.
thing or a bad thing?
It's a good thing.
Oh, I agree. Okay.
Oh yeah, because he can.
I thought you meant he was going to use it as leverage against you to say,
oh
well,
no,
no.
That's perfect. That's perfect. I think, as I said, I think that this is huge because he's trying really hard at the gym. I think that goings out might be an issue here as well. Like.
Okay, so that's pushing his calorie intake up.
I mean, we don't know, but if you go in a couple of times a month and you are doing quite things the same during a week, what happened in the weekend? And you fully know, like you can very easily across the calories. Like it doesn't have to be even like eating 3,000 calories and counterbalance the calorie deficit you've made during the week. You might be just eating half of it and then not see the changes in your body
on
a
so
scale.
Slow.
It was so small, and let's say drink a bit more alcohol or carbs, fat, whatever, and
it's covered it on the scales and you can't.
And then scales can tell, and he's getting more upset. And then again, what he's feeling, so your feelings will impact your reactions, your decisions to what you're gonna do. And then he's more upset. He's doing the choices, and he made the choices that are not maybe the best for him.
It compounds, doesn't it? Because it's difficult to keep control over it when it's seemingly not going well. Mm-hmm. But is he maintaining his body weight?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like he's maintaining it, so he's doing perfect. Like that's what I wanted some you to know as well. That it's still huge success to maintain the weight, especially when he's 95.
Phenomenal success when he's lost 26 kilograms,
and he maintained it.
It's phenomenal.
But I think people get caught as well in this mindset of like, oh, I've lost so much weight, I might as well lose now. But yes, but chill out, bro. You haven't put it back. And if you're not lose your conscious, if you're not going to lose your awareness, you're going to keep it forever. So, like as well, what we need to realize, have a perspective, like how long have you been putting this weight on? versus how fast you want to lose it. You
That's
can
so true.
you can lose it fast, but then you have to no going out, no fun, nothing, just strict. And still, you have to be really prioritize your life into it.
And how much faster is that really going to make it? I think that a tiny
Maybe
bit.
a bit more.
A little bit more, but for a whole lot more stress.
And just restrictions and sacrifice and everything. So
Yeah, and what we're doing this for is to be healthier and happier. So if you're making yourself miserable on the journey to be healthier and happier, this is the exact opposite thing of what we're trying to achieve, isn't it? So that's not good.
yeah.
So the other half of it then could be his movement, but you say he trains like a beast, so it's probably not that. Sometimes people
He's even started to do more cardios.
Good. Sometimes people step count drops when they're tired, when they've been dieting. Sometimes people exercise
Yeah, like taking
slows down or stops. Sometimes you get
elevators.
weaker in the gym, don't you? So you can't lift as much weight, so you burn a few less calories, etc., etc. Like you said, he's lighter, so he burns a few less. So it could be that, but for this guy, it doesn't sound like it's that. And for most people, I would say for 99% of people, it's not that, because most people are not burning enough calories that if they stopped, it'd even matter. If you're doing 15,000 steps a day or more, which would be a calorie burn of 350 or more depending on your body weight per day, then okay, if you went to suddenly 0 and start doing NAF all, that might make a little bit of a difference. Most people are not doing 15k steps per day.
No.
If you're running a 5k, a 10k and another 5k per week or something, then you stop, okay. That might make a difference, but most people are not doing this. But so if he was doing all that weightlifting like he is and then he stopped, that might make a difference. But you said he's not stopped. So
No, he wanted to start. It's like, I think I need a break. It's like, okay, do a break. It's like, I can't make a break. So he started doing, and he started training.
So it's not going to be the exercise or calorie burn for this guy.
Okay, so let's say it's not then.
It's probably going to be the food.
The
isn't
food
it?
then, yeah.
So number one tactic is, does he do calorie counting or has he done it before?
Yes, so he's doing calorie counting, but lately, some of the weekends he's not fully logging. He is, but he's not sure because you can't be really
well,
sure.
that's okay because you can't be sure exactly.
Yeah, but it's the
exactly.
point. If you can't be sure, you don't know how much you consume, and therefore, like,
Yes, so that could be where the issue comes from, can't it? So one of the things, if people are really annoyed and upset, I say to them, well then make a rule with yourself where you can go out and you can eat and you can drink, but just go to places where it's got calorie counted stuff. That's just the rule.
This is the hardest
It's
part.
tough.
It's tough because when it's somebody's birthday or it's somebody's even, then it's hard.
Then it's impossible.
Yeah.
But
Let's go to.
Then it's about making smart choices, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can't always calorie count, but you can always calorie control.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's not a thing. Oh, it doesn't say the calories on the menu, so we need to order 2 burgers and 4 chips. Really, it's not, is it? You can still order less oily things, smaller portions. We can share a chips, can't we? We can share a dessert like little cuties.
What I said as well is like might be as well alcohol because I'm not sure if he's like drink so much in there. I think he drink a bit, but not that much. But I think alcohol might be a difference as well. Like if we assume that somebody consume 1,000 or 2,000 calories from alcohol a month, right? If that's every month, simply it's all adds up, and these calories which could be filled,
It adds up a little bit, yeah,
it
doesn't it?
adds up, and it can be like a bit, like
Often
hunger,
it's
more hunger.
not even the straight out basic calories from the alcohol. It can also be the poor decisions and food choices that come after it. It can also be people's weight bloating up
Or
by
regret.
a pound or two, and then their weight goes up by a pound or two through bloating from alcohol because you've got poisonous flammable liquid flowing through your system. Not that I'm against alcohol, but it's true.
Yeah, it is
It causes inflammation and bloating.
is,
So people's weight goes up by £3 and then they feel bad about it and then they start overeating and then it was bloating, but now it's not. Now it's calories because you just ate your feelings again. And it's all a negative spiral, isn't it? So for this guy, it's going to be go back to actual strict calorie control. Hit me with your calculator again on your phone, please. Let me work out this guy's what his calorie range and level should be.
So 96 kilo.
Thank you. 96 kilos, is he? Okay, good. 96.
Oh, actually, give me a second. Give me.
Yeah. Okay. I've done it
I
anyway.
just wanted to see if. So I got this weight. I want to be precise because it can be. I'm not 96 kilo.
It's not that sensitive, Still do it by all means, but the calorie maintenance and range levels calculated from body weight are not that sensitive.
Yeah.
If it's
I'm not sure
a
it
couple
is.
of kilos each way, it's not going to matter.
Oh, okay, got it. Some 97.4 was last time. So that's a 96.
It's close enough. It came out at 2,500.
Oh,
I've already done it.
okay.
But thank you.
1,500. Yeah.
It came out at 2,500.
So technically, ideally would be to hit that 2,000 calorie range, but he's usually eat about 1,800 to 2,000 calories.
But how long has his weight been maintaining for?
Now probably about 3 weeks, a month.
Okay, for a month. Okay, so he thinks he's eating 1,800 to 2,000 calories, but on average he's not. He might be some days, but some days he must be.
Or maybe most days, but some days not.
Some days not, yeah, because what I have to explain to people is if your weight's maintained, if it stayed the same, you must have eaten the amount that keeps your weight the same because your weight stayed the same.
Yeah,
there's no way in the universe we can get around this.
Yeah.
You regardless of how much you ate, we have to agree that you ate the amount that keeps your weight the same because your weight has stayed the same. Yes? People agree yes, because it's just true, isn't it? And then I say, well, this is the maintenance calculation. It can be 10% off, below or above. So technically it could be 2,250 to 2,750, not including his exercise or movement. So really, this guy's calorie maintenance is probably more like 2,700 or above, or something. That means his calorie intake has been averaging somewhere around 2,500 calories, whether we agree to it, whether we understand it, whether we like it or not. It just has done, hasn't it?
Yeah.
You're right. He needs to drop his calories a little bit and accurately below the 2,500 calorie level, and then the fat loss will continue again. And that's simple, but it's not easy, is it?
It's not. Especially if you get used to losing weight fast and it's like, shit, it's stopped. What's happening?
Yeah.
But
so
you can't get around it, can you?
You can, and we're going to talk about that now. This will be the last thing. This will be the summary, won't it? So the other half of it is this guy's lost 26 kilograms, like you said. He's gotten rid of 200,000 calories off of his body. This is a burner. That's a real burner. This guy should be very proud. That is
huge proud.
Hard work. You burn 500 calories in an hour on a treadmill, and I'm too dumb to work out how many hours on a treadmill that'd be without the calculator again, so don't worry. But that's real effort that he's done there. The diet fatigue accumulates. This is not his choice. It gets harder.
Yeah.
He's hungrier than he was before.
And it's fine to take breaks too.
What I explain to people is you are going to take a break.
Whether you like it or not.
Whether you like it or not. And it's not forced by me. I'm just the messenger. People can like it or not. Please don't shoot the messenger, but you're going to take a break. No one loses all the weight in one go from the start to the end. This has never happened. It's never happened. Not on my program, not on your program, not on any program ever in the world. Maybe if you've got 1 stone to lose.
Yeah.
Okay. Even then, probably not. You're going to have some days where you eat a little bit too much still, because it's still going to take a month or two.
But it's as well still about like eating too much. If you eat too much, fair enough. Instead of saying like, oh, I ate too much, I have to continue, and I don't give a fuck, I have to continue. You might just as well say, okay, I ate too much. From now on, I'm gonna go back to my own habits, old habits, good habits.
It has to be done. There's only 2 choices. Do the correct things or don't. And if don't isn't making him happy, if the weight not going down isn't making him happy, and the goal of life, as far as anybody can tell, there's not really anybody can come up with a better idea than that we're just here just to try and be happy, and that's what we as professionals are here to help people do. Be happier, usually through being healthier.
Yeah,
isn't
for
it?
progressing.
Yeah, through progress. Yeah, exactly. Of whatever or various kinds. So if lack of progress isn't making this guy happy, then we need to get back to progress. And no, it's not easy, but it needs to be done.
Yeah,
doesn't it? So one factor, the main factor, is going to be the calorie control overall. The reason this situation has occurred, and this situation will occur again. I say to people, they come back
again.
They come back to me. They're like, okay, I'm ready. I understand now. I've had a little bit of a break. Okay, and they start losing weight again, and I say, watch it. I say, wait for it. This is going to happen again. And the slimmer you get, the more times it happens. Because diet fatigue hits you harder the more weight you've lost.
Yeah.
The slimmer you are, the harder it is. So this guy's lost this weight. There was no possible situation where he was going to be able to lose all this weight to whatever his goal is in one go. It wasn't going to happen. He's going to get too hungry or too tired, or too many cravings are going to occur. One of your enemies, you've got 2 main enemies, hunger and cravings, and they're going to rear their ugly heads. One of them's going to come, or it's going to be a holiday when he's been holding it back and trying so hard for so long, and then a holiday comes and then boom, it just explodes out, and then you can't get back on it afterwards, or it's going to be illness, or it's going to be stress, or it's going to be work.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about as well. Like, let's focus as well on what you can control and what change, because it's correlated with going out and having bad days and events and stuff like this. Sleep is crucial in it.
course.
for not only fat loss but for like your mental being, for you, how you feel, on your energy level. And of course, more energy you have, more activities you do, and more energy you have, more power of will you have, and better choices you make in it.
Yeah,
so
maybe I teach in the 6 Steps to Slim that sleep's the second non-nutritional variable that's for people.
So maybe that's what you can focus on as well, is like make sure that you have a good quality, not only quantity but quality of like 7 to 8 hours at least sleep a night.
Yeah, so there's
and
lifestyle variables.
Maybe that's where you can make a progress as well.
Okay, good.
Improve the sleep a bit.
So this, even if you diet for too long, it starts to disturb sleep patterns.
Yeah.
If you don't take maintenance breaks.
And if you're hungry as well, it's hard to fall asleep in it.
Exactly, that's what I mean. They show in studies, if you put a fly in a room, flies don't live very long. I can't remember exactly how long it is, but it's not very long. We put a fly in this room, there's food in the room, the fly will fly around, hence its name, and then it'll eat the food, and then it'll sleep, and then it'll fly around, eat the food, sleep, fly around, eat the food, sleep, until it dies. If there's no food in the room, the fly will fly around and fly around and fly around and fly around non-stop until it dies. What this shows is, in creatures, the drive for calories can override the need for sleep. And anybody who's dieted too hard knows this. When you wake up in the night starving to death, or you wake up at 5 in the morning in pain because you're so hungry, your body's waking you up to drive you towards calories. Yeah, because it's starting to prioritize calories for your survival above the need for sleep. So again, you have to take breaks on the process. Otherwise, the lack of sleep will just fuck it up anyway, won't it? So the other part of it is, this guy was never going to lose this weight in one go. He was going to have to take a break. If he didn't take a break on purpose, which he hasn't done, I know he's not taking this break on purpose, otherwise we wouldn't be having this conversation, because he wouldn't be upset about it, he'd be understanding it. So this break has been forced on him by diet fatigue.
But that's normal, right?
It's normal. It's not his fault.
It's not
his fault. It's going to happen. He was going to have to take this break. The difference is...
And I know the truth is not that sexy.
No, it's not fun either. No, you're right. He was going to have to take this break whenever it came. People can only handle so much dieting because it's just not fun. It's just
like dieting is stress on your body, and how much stress can you handle?
Exactly, not that much for that long. Life's hard, the diet's hard. Mix these two things together, it can't last for that long. So he was going to take this break. It's been forced on him either by hunger or cravings or by something, portions. We feel like it probably is. You say his food quality is good, his exercise is good.
Yeah.
So the only thing that it can be then is size of portion, which means he needs to start calorie counting his food again, and then just reduce that portion back down to where it should be, like you said, somewhere 2,000 to the 2,500 calorie limit. It'd be absolutely excellent for him.
Yeah.
And then the weight will start coming down again. But next time this occurs again, because he's just taken a 3-week or a month break, like you said, technically his body's had a break because he's not been losing weight. This is good. This means his hunger's down. His cravings should be down. He's chomping at the bit and complaining now that his weight's not going down. Perfect. That means it's time. So then when he drops his calories, he's going to get a nice little weight drop quick, and then it's going to continue on, and then this situation is going to occur again. How much does he weigh? 95 kilos?
97 now, 96.7.
All right, good. It's probably going to be at about 90 kilos.
I got the measurements this week.
It's probably going to be about 90 kilos. This is going to hit again. Or 85 kilos, I would bet. And then this will hit again, and he'll hit another stall. But next time, when it starts to get hard, when he feels like that, you can see the weight on the graph coming down, and then it starts to level, and it's zigging, zagging up
See, it's
and down.
hard because I tell people to take breaks as well. But it's hard because some people like want it fast and they want it now. So it's hard to take a break because you feel like you can do it. And
you need to instill.
But the thing is, like, you have to as well explain how difficult the fat loss is as a goal.
They should already know it's difficult. That's why they're listening to this video.
Yeah,
because they've struggled all their life.
It's one of the hardest things to do, isn't it?
Yeah, everybody struggles.
And you can't have it like
it's hard for me and you.
Yeah,
I struggle every day.
Me too.
Exactly.
And it's hard every day to be, on it.
Nobody can be on it every day. This is the entire point. It's not going to happen.
Even those Instagram stars, who says?
They're lying. I know, they're all lying. No one eats perfect all the time. No, you don't. There's no situation where that occurs, and you wouldn't want it to be like that anyway. If you ate perfectly, you don't want to go out to eat at a 5-star restaurant ever again? You don't want desserts or all-inclusive holidays? Because I do, and I'm going to be slim while I'm at it. I'm going to go and eat out. At the weekend, I was in York, and I went on the History of York chocolate tasting experience. I made my own chocolate. I learned how to do professional chocolate tasting.
Are you real?
I tasted chocolate through the ages, from the first chocolate ever discovered up until chocolate now.
When? Give me
In
the
York at the weekend. For real.
I'll do it too.
It's only like £11 each. You should go. It's freaking great.
Okay,
It
should
only
I?
takes like an hour and a half. I didn't even book. I was just like, should I have booked on this?
Yes, please.
You know, like, I'll squeeze you in.
Send me the link. I'll send.
I felt sick by the end. I made, at the end, the chocolate that I made was a lollipop stick with white chocolate and salted caramel pieces. I felt so sick by the end of it. But
Sometimes you need that though, no? Sometimes you need just eat as much as you want, or what do you want?
I eat well most of the time. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I eat well most of the time.
What about the protein you recently discovered? That might help as well, because he's eat quite high protein, like about between 80 to 120 grams of protein. But what if he even make
Bumped
it
it
even
up.
better, 150?
Yeah, good idea. That'd take his hunger down. That'd help that. Yeah, of course.
I just share what you explained to me yesterday, but you can say it in your own words again if you want.
About
the protein.
Oh, when I saw you yesterday, what we
Mhm.
spoke about. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I was like, oh.
That's a random little fact, isn't it? I don't know if I discovered that.
No, yeah, I think you just found a way how you can very easily, in a very short sentence, say
Explain how it works.
how important is it, because we all know and we all try to explain, but you can't really make this vision in their head. But with this sentence, like, I'll start to do it now.
Yeah, so I have lectures in my program, and I always teach that when you eat a high protein intake, it increases your metabolism. It's called the thermic effect of food. It means literally the food burns its own calories through you absorbing it through like the digestion process. But I never really knew how much or to what level a good protein intake was increasing your metabolism by, or that calorie level that we worked out for this guy. And then, so I actually did a couple of little calculations, and only nice and basic, and then I figured out that the amount of calories that is burned through the protein is the exact equivalent of the grams that you ate. So if you eat 100 grams of protein, you burn an extra 100 calories. Or you could look at it like you can add an extra 100 onto your calorie maintenance, because technically you ate those calories, but you don't absorb them.
Yeah.
They've not gone.
They've been digested.
Yeah, they've gone. Yeah, they've gone away.
That's huge.
Not bad, eh?
Well done.
So not a massive.
No, it's huge, to be honest. Like, if you think about it, like, it can make
no one's going to get shredded from it though.
Yeah,
you're
but
not going to lose
it-
£3 a week on protein.
Yeah,
It's
but
not
it
gonna
can
work.
make change, a huge change.
helps.
Small change. Like, if you think about it, all you need to do prioritize protein a bit more, and then you can burn like extra pound a week.
No.
A month.
£1 a month, yeah, correct, yeah,
that's what I
exactly.
said.
It would
extra
be.
a month. That's quite a lot.
That's exactly right, yeah.
That's-
I
that's-
worked that out as well. From a good protein intake, you would get about
£12
£1
a year.
nearly a stone per year.
Fuck off. That's
Different
a
from
lot.
protein, different from not bad, and it keeps you fuller for longer than anything else. You'll get toned. You might make a gain or two.
Gains muscle.
Gains. And then that's good if you build muscle. It makes you heavier, which people are like, oh my god, but no, that increases your metabolism. If you
And you can
toned
eat
but
more.
slim- yeah, you can eat more. Exactly.
Build muscle, guys.
I made a video on my Facebook page. No one watched it. Basically, I don't know whether it didn't make sense or not. No, got no views.
Soon it will
of
change.
how I increase my metabolism by almost 1,000 calories per day. If you put my calorie maintenance level, if you work out my calorie range for my body weight, it says about 1,900 calories I should be eating. I eat more like 2,800 calories every day. I increase my calorie maintenance and level by 900 calories per day, one of them being protein intake. I get about 150 grams per day. That burns about 150 calories off. But anyway, we're going off track. The point we were making earlier was this guy was going to have to take this break. There was no choice. This guy was going to have to take this break. His body's forced it on him this time, and that's why he's unhappy. He's ready to go again. That's good. Drop the calories, be accurate, but prepare for this situation to happen again. He's going to start finding it more difficult. Again, hunger's going to come, craving is going to come, but this time he needs to watch for it. You need to help him watch for it. He needs to be feeding back to you constantly, so that you don't want to be getting messages.
That's why I said make photos. Now I start to prioritize it even more. Anything you eat, just make photos. You can log calories, and that's of course the best way to do it.
Yeah, the
but
most
make
accurate,
photos too, so I can see, I can tell. If
so you can see. That's nice.
I can
because
tell.
because you can see the
sometimes I can't really say what is in there, but I can tell. Like,
I agree. It's a little bit more information for you. That's good because you can see the you can see the diary. You can't see whether the diary's right, and that might not be what they ate. You can only see what they wrote down, not whether it's right or wrong.
Another good idea as well is what I found is like if you eat a bit of sweets, crisps, or anything like this, that it's not necessarily the best value for food, but it's keep your cravings down. You can make like a collage of those things, and ideally that's a good idea. I think is like from whole week make a photos of every sweet or every crisp, everything that you shouldn't eat, like or take away. Make a photo and then make a collage of it.
Some people be set
By
on
the-
fire by this.
By end of the week, and if you will see how many things you eat, if you count the calories out of those things. So I ate, let's say, I don't know, 15, 20,000
No
calories,
fucking way.
and then 5,000 of them are this. You gotta be like,
We're doing it.
am I really
We're
trying to
doing
lose
it.
weight?
You're do this for my 6 Steps to Slim group.
I'll do it.
We're doing this.
Yeah.
Do this inside my group, please. Make a post or a video.
I'll make a video.
Or write something.
Why not? But do you
Yeah.
see how good it is?
That is such a good
It's powerful.
idea.
It's like, oh my fucking
I'm going
God.
to join in. I think you should join in.
I'll do it definitely.
That is an amazing, a visualization
I just come
of
up.
the stuff that you ate that you didn't necessarily
I just
need
come
to
up
eat.
come up with it now. I come up every day. People do me the everyday like sweets and stuff, but I come up like, why don't you do
How do
every
you make
week?
the collage though? By saving the wrappers?
Collage? Oh, I mean like maybe I said it in
Or
English wrong.
pictures?
Pictures.
Oh, I thought you meant save the wrappers and then make an actual collage of but that's a bit
Oh
too
no,
much.
that's difficult to make. But if you make
Pictures
like
is good.
if you make photos and you have like those programs who like join all those photos, you can do that.
You're right.
Yeah.
You can get a free app on your phone that collages that shit together. That is good. We're going to do that in the 6 Steps to Slim group.
And people will be like, ah, nice, not me.
No, it's going to be amazing for me because I eat loads of snacks. I eat, nowhere. I don't know if you'd say loads, but I eat at least one snack per day, every day. Easy. At least one.
Yeah.
At least one.
But you're working hard. You're training hard.
Maybe I do 15,000 steps per day. I exercise
At
couple-
least.
couple
And
of times
exercise,
per week.
yeah.
Good protein intake. I eat healthy most of the time.
That's the
And-
point.
And I eat maybe like a small. Do you know what I had? Not over the weekend. I was at the York chocolate tasting experience. That was a bit of a different thing. Definitely highly recommend that. But I remember on Friday the last snack that I ate. Today I'm snackless so far. It's usually after my evening meal. I eat like a
Yeah, it is kind of like quite not popular, normal that after food, and this is what as well is like we want to eat something sweet, you know.
Yeah, I do. I sit down with my girlfriend. One of us has cooked evening meal. We want a little dessert. We don't want it to be too many calories. We're both trying to stay in shape. I remember last week we shared a cheesecake slice or something like that. Cute as well.
Nice.
Sharing.
Aw, Sherry is caring.
I'll share with you.
You share with
You
Mom.
bet. I'll share with you.
No, you never share with me ever. Actually, every single time I bring him something to food, he's like, nope. If it's healthy, like yesterday, jerk chicken, he's like, oh, thank you. That's nice.
That was amazing when I turned up to your house yesterday and you had a table presented with jerk chicken, tea made,
Right.
strawberries. Those
strawberries
strawberries
on
were
the side.
nice as well. Cut
Yeah,
up.
Anya
Very,
was
very
crying.
nice.
No, just kidding.
Salad as well. Absolute thank you. I appreciate
It's
that.
fine.
I appreciate that. Anyway, we're getting off track, but that's a great that's a great idea. We're going to do that inside the group.
Yeah.
Remind me of that. So then the last thing for this guy is take breaks on purpose,
Yeah.
isn't it? You as your coach, as the coach, then you need to instill into your clients the importance, the mandatoriness, the necessity of
Breaks.
taking.
You
the
either
break.
do it or your body forces you to
Yeah,
do it.
and you don't want it to be forced on you because
No.
people don't like when they lose control.
No.
You're going to start eating more. You want to eat more on purpose so that you're relaxing yourself from it and taking a break on purpose rather than get starving every day and at night eating a bit too much and thinking, fucking hell, all right, back on it tomorrow, and then doing well for a meal or two and then eating a snack because you're stressed still or too hungry again and then eating more, and it's just screwing up day after day after day after day until your motivation's going down and then you feel like you're failing, and really no, this was always going to happen.
Yeah.
You just need to take the break on purpose rather than force so that you actually take control. That's why on my program there's only 2 mandatory lectures, isn't there? Number 1, we have to drop calories to get the job done. Number 2, for the love of God, stop dropping the calories. I teach people, and soon I'm remaking the entire 6 Steps to Slim program again, and you know what I've been realizing, and I was having a conversation with a lady who's on the program earlier today, and I had a bit of a realization as well. You know, the more we talk through these things with clients and with each other, we understand more about the process ourselves. I've realized
I can explain it easier.
yeah, and give more understanding. I've realised there's micro and macro cycles to dieting. People will, throughout a week, do a few low-calorie days, take either by accident eat a few too many calories, or on purpose as
But
they
it's
should be doing
micro.
throughout our program, eat a few more calories for a day or two. That's a mini dieting cycle, isn't it? A few days low, 1 or 2 days up. A few days low, 1 or 2 days up. And then there'll also be macro dieting cycles of over a month or two, getting a good stone or two off, and then needing to take a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks,
Month.
or being forced a month off, even though it sounds like a heinous crime, is a great idea at maintenance. After somebody's lost 2 stone, I'd love it if they took 2 weeks or
more.
more off. Yeah, at maintenance on purpose, relaxing. Stop and smell the roses. You've done fucking awesome. I would love it if somebody did that. And my members that do that are brave enough to do that, they have extraordinary success. You can't even believe, because they'll come back again and they'll lose another stone in a month, and then they'll take 2 weeks off again, and they don't even feel like they're dieting that much because they're taking off 1/3
And
of the
having
time.
what
Yeah, and they've always got their energy levels back up, and they never got too many cravings because they just had a couple of weeks off the diet before, and every time they come back to it, they're refreshed. And then when they get to the end of the diet, they're so used to taking time off that when we go back up to that calorie maintenance again, they're not too tired, they're not too stressed, they're not too restricted, they've had a great time dieting, they understand the process more, and they just maintain it perfectly. It's so much better when people build in the break. So on my program, I'm going to talk to people again more, and I just hammer it. You've seen inside the group, I just hammer it all the time. If I see somebody in the group feeding back to me low calories, shitloads of days in a row, if it gets to like 4 days in a row, my comments start to change to not too low too often. I start to say things like that back to them.
That's a good one.
Just stuff like that. Just start to, and then I'll start to get onto them. And if they start to do a couple of weeks low, I won't start to say, look, you should be taking a break, but I'll just start to say, do you still feel okay?
I like this idea.
I just start to question them more.
Yeah.
I don't say you better take a break, or you need to eat more, or what
try
are you
to be
doing?
more around them.
Yeah, I just say, are you okay? Do you still feel good? And some people do. Some people are like, yeah, I'm solid, I'm on it, not many cravings. I'm like, all right, but you better feed back. You better feed back. Yeah, some people, they're like, well, yeah, I'm really toughing it through, and I'll say to them then, not you're going to take a break. I'll say, have you thought about just taking a break, or like for a day or so? You'll feel better. You'll feel better. We had an entire group meeting where I hammered out the importances. I wrote down low calorie day, under maintenance calorie day, fat loss day. What are the advantages? Fat loss. What else? Anyone? Fuck all. All right, disadvantages: hungry, tired, restricted, craving. Yeah,
machine gun.
Yeah. On the disadvantages, now I'm like, okay, maintenance day you eat a bit more on purpose. Disadvantages: someone's like, you don't lose weight. I'm like, yes. All right, you don't lose weight. What else? Tumbleweed. What else is a disadvantage of a day where you don't lose or gain weight? You just don't lose or gain weight. That's a disadvantage on a fat loss program. 1. Advantages: hunger down, fullness up, cravings down, energy levels up, sleep quality better, apologise to your family for being irritable when you've been on the diet. Everything. Massive list of advantages. I'm like, look, yes, you want the top one, but there's so many disadvantages and difficulties this is going to bring with it, and you don't want the bottom one. But the advantages of this are huge.
It's like, as well, like, everyone wants to lose weight, but in what cost? Like, if you would be paid for have a body as quick as you can, then maybe that's when you want to sacrifice everything and prioritize it so much. Or when it's like, I don't know, taking 3 months to make it like hardcore dieting, you can, but you're going to pay the cost. Are you willing to pay?
Most people don't want that though,
No.
or they think they want that.
Even if
really they don't.
No,
it's hard
nobody
enough.
does.
It's hard enough without you making it hard for yourself on purpose.
You know how you can tell it the best? When you look at the people who are compete.
In what way?
When they try to dieting to their like lowest and they eat all the time good, and they have to force themselves to do it, and like, I have to have a show.
And then what?
You just look at them, you're just so miserable.
Oh, you mean they're unhappy?
Yeah. So miserable and so sad.
I've done this. I nearly entered a fitness show. I've done this. I nearly entered a fitness show.
I won't like that ever.
It got cancelled 1 week before I entered, so I was relieved of the stress.
It's so much stress, and like your whole life has to be around this,
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna happen differently. You have to just think about it all the time and
You're right.
Prioritize so much. It's not worth it, in my opinion, of course. But everyone's different, so I guess Sam, you know what to do now.
I understand. That was a really nice.
I like the idea. I pick up some ideas from you as well. Like I
picked up ideas from you.
I have
snacking collab.
That's good, right? I like this.
Really good.
I like your idea of like messaging
really
people.
Really good.
Like your idea of messaging people if they go too often too
Yeah,
low.
just start reminding them.
Because maybe that's
You
the
know
thing.
yourself. If you did 1 week, I bet you can't do 1 week of everyday low calories. You'll screw it up at the weekend. I can't do 3
Yeah.
days. I literally
I can't do 4 or 5, but
Can you?
weekends.
I can't do 4 or 5. Legit. I
Yeah,
can
but
do
this-
3
this
low
is-
days.
yeah.
3 healthy days, and then on the 4th day, I will eat too much. I'll be freaking starving.
This is as well something I would like to tell. Like, it takes time to learn everything, but then look how much power you have later on. Like, I'm 4-5 years into the fitness and into working in the gym with Connor. He trained me before, and I look good. Of course, I can look better as everyone else, but I'm happy by myself, about my muscle mass, and overall, I'm happy. But I can still look at the Connors, and you are like, what, twice advantage, like 8-10 years
10
of
years, yeah.
10 years of experience, and you're in a point that things that bother me not bother you anymore, and I can, okay, cool. So about, if I'll keep going, if I won't stop, if I'll doing this, I'll be like you, so strong, saying like no to this, no to that, be doing all those good things. And you have to realize that you have time. Like, what, how old are you now?
27.
27, like, and you
How
are
old are you?
fucking
I'm the same. 28.
26.
Are you?
Yeah, no, you're 93.
92. I
I'm
thought you were
93.
older than me.
See,
Interesting.
older. Oh, go off. No.
Ooh.
Anyway, the point is, I think I lost my point.
No, that was a good summary. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for that. That is a nice compliment, and that is an interesting point to bring up.
Yeah.
You were just saying these people have not tried very long.
Yeah.
How long's he been working with you? 7 months.
Yeah.
You've been trying 5 years.
Yeah.
I'm on 10.
Yeah,
It's
and
a
then-
lifelong
yeah.
journey.
And the
isn't
thing
it?
is, like, even like let's say it's gonna take you up to 30, 35 years old. Like, dude, you have 60, 70, 80 years of living in the best body, in the best,
Yeah, the diet seems like it's going to take a long time, but in reality, it's only
It's
going to
not.
take 1 to 2 years
Yeah.
for them people to lose the weight, and then
That they
yes,
want, yeah.
yeah, a little bit longer. To
Then
get,
you can craft your body even better, of
exactly,
course.
yeah, because it's the muscle mass that takes a long time,
Yeah.
not getting your fat level into just like a normal range that you're just decently happy with. Like you said, not everybody's trying to get like 6-pack and stuff like that.
Yeah.
People are not after that just generally, but to bring
Yeah.
the body weight down doesn't take that long. People lose on my program with you to 1/2 stone to 1 stone per month, so people are chipping away at it. But yeah, it's a lifelong journey, isn't it? And the more times, like I said, the micro and the macro cycles, the more times you go through these macro cycles and you're brave enough to stick at it
Yeah.
without quitting, you will get stronger, you will get more knowledgeable, you will get wiser. The diet will not.
And nobody take it away from you. Nobody.
No, and the diet will not get
And
easier.
you're so flexible, and you're so knowledgeable as well, and you can know how to apply it, that no matter where you will go, what holiday, which place, you will be able to know how to maintain it and how to make sure that you are not getting where you were. That makes sense. And I think that's the biggest advantage of, like, you're never gonna be in a spot that you have been. This place when you
Self-improvement, you move yourself
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah.
It just takes time, doesn't it? Martin, thank you so much.
Thank you, Connor.
No, thank
Oh, lovely.
This is why you're one of my favourite people on earth.
Oh.
I think honestly, I think that was a great conversation. I think that was a
We're
great-
just getting warm up. We're just getting started, no?
I am freezing talking about getting warmed up.
But
I have
getting started about the shows and stuff.
we
talks,
could go
podcasts.
forever.
Oh, but
couldn't we?
forever.
But honestly, I think that was really, really good.
I think so.
ju-
I think
ju-
lots of clients benefit from it. So.
Just tell people, last thing then, where they can find you if they want to hear more.
I'm working in a Pure Gym.
As you can tell from the flipping outfit.
Uniform, my name, by the way, if you don't know how to say.
Hello, Marcin.
Marcin, yeah. Marcin.
I say it wrong all the time, don't I?
Yeah.
I've known you for
It
just
doesn't
years and
matter.
years, and I call you Marcin.
They call me so many names, I'm like, whatever. Yeah, but the point, I'm on the Pure Gym, City Center South. It's Granville Road.
Granville Road.
Yeah.
It's near the train. It's the
Yeah.
Pure Gym that's near the train station.
Yeah,
in
915
Sheffield.
Manton Street. S2 for BA if you want.
It's the
It's
Pure Gym
exactly
that's near
my
the train
gym.
station.
No, yeah, near the
Isn't
train
it?
station, near the McDonald's. I can see every time I go to Stafford, I can see McDonald's. So hey,
And online as well, you're a 6 Steps to Slim supporting coach. So
Yeah.
if people join the 6 Steps to Slim group, they'll see you around in and
yeah,
helping
I will
us,
put more content now.
into it. Yeah, good. I'm dragging you on because you're excellent in person, but
Thank you.
you need to be blasting more online so that more people can get more of this from more of you. So it's absolutely excellent. And you've got a Facebook page. What's it called?
Yeah, it's your 10 improve your body and mindset, but I have to change the name because it's
Because that's too long.
too long and too boring.
Is
but
it-
hey,
is it-
don't judge me. I just started. Okay.
Is it it's underscore?
Oh no, so Instagram. So it's your turn. Improve your body and mindset. That's a Facebook page. If you want like.
If
to
you put in
follow-
it's your turn, I bet it comes up, doesn't it?
If you follow my Instagram, you have to put it's, then underscore
Yeah.
your, then underscore and 10 and 2 underscores. So. Hey, it was fast. Sam, you have to make an idea fast, right? I'll make it better once I
You're
sort
an
out.
action taker. Can't mess around waiting for the names, can we?
I know.
Anyway, we're going to talk forever. All right, thank you, Martin.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. for
All right,
listening.
guys. Ooh, that was lovely.
Thank you. Honestly, thank you so much. Thank you.